Alright, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy, we in here for another one. And as you can tell from the title of the video, we got some pretty insane news today from the man himself, FaZe Swag. I'm going to play you that clip in a minute. And it's actually really good news. Honestly, in my opinion, it is great news, but it's also very vague. I would caution you not to get your hopes up too high. But I got to tell you, man, this clip, very short clip, this clip is juicy. This clip is spicy. This clip is everything a lot of you wanted to hear for a long time now with Call of Duty, all right? So Pussy gonna play you guys a clip. We'll talk about a few things when I get back. Pussy?
No, I don't know when they're gonna do this, but they told us that for the first time in history, they're gonna be talking about matchmaking. They're gonna like address it in some way. Isn't that crazy?
And there it is. As you guys know, I do not know FaZe Swag on a personal level. I've never even talked to the guy before. All I can tell you about him, I barely ever watched him. I know that he seems like a nice guy. I know that he definitely reverse boosts in Call of Duty, and to my knowledge, he's never owned up to reverse boosting. He keeps going about his day. He keeps going about his business. He keeps going about his streams and his videos and all that shit. That's all I really know about the guy. So could he be lying about this? Of course he could be lying about this. I don't feel like he has any reason to, though. I'm going to choose to believe him with what he had to say in this clip. But like I was saying in the beginning of the video, it's very vague, man. They could be talking about virtually anything to do with the matchmaking, anything but what we want to hear. I mean, isn't rank play coming with, I believe it's coming with Season 1 Reloaded. They could be talking about the matchmaking just with rank play. Like, they might not actually be talking about pubs. Like, it's a very vague clip. That's what I'm saying. Don't get your hopes too high. But if they are talking about the actual skill-based matchmaking with the eomm matchmaking and some of the different algorithms they have sprinkled into this matchmaking in regular pubs, the better understanding we have of it, we actually know how it works. The more communication we have about it, the better chance we have for change. See, before they didn't have to care. Activision had their lethal hand on their shoulder at all times under an NDA or whatever the fuck. They couldn't even speak on it. We all knew it was there, but it was like, it was in darkness, right? It was a ghost. It was the boogeyman or some shit. We knew it was there. We felt it, but we couldn't actually see it. They would not confirm it. So they didn't have to do shit. They weren't confirming it. They never acknowledged it was actually there. So how are they going to fix something that they won't even acknowledge? But now if they're actually willing to talk about it, this is a huge win for all of us, most of us in the community. There's a few shitters out there, you know, they're going to be salty as shit when they actually start talking about this. They're going to be mad as hell. Their butt going to be all red, raw, and sore. They're going to be mad as fuck. They're going to be mad as fuck in the comment section on this video. Salty as hell, man. Yo, I love it. Stay mad, bitches. But it's got me wondering, why now? This is something the community has been complaining about with the full force for years, and they won't even acknowledge it. They won't even speak on it. If they're having to ask me anything, they can't even answer questions on it. Shit. Why now? That's what I'm wondering. See, just recently too, we heard them talking about bringing back looping kill streaks, something that the community has been asking for years now, that they took away for no reason. We had it for years in Call of Duty and we loved it. If you're on a 20 streak, there's no reason why you can't keep earning your streaks. It doesn't make any sense why you have to die to get your streaks again. We've been asking for this shit. And also just recently, we covered this in the video as well. They were talking about experimenting with keeping lobbies together, I guess with the experimental playlist, or they're doing like some type of closal test with a small group of people, and then they're going to release it to the public. So they're talking about these things that we've been complaining about, shit that helps their skill-based matchmaking, right? Disbanding lobbies. It helps keep the matchmaking on point. If a Timmy slips into a lobby that he's not supposed to, disbanding lobbies make sure he gets out of that lobby right after that game. The looping of kill streaks, that's also something that helps out noobs, right? If you get a pub stopper in a lobby he shouldn't be in, well, he's going to have to die to get those streaks again. He can't just keep staying on the streak and getting a streak. They also brought back map vote for Modern Warfare Deuce and a Half, with the exception of, I believe, only Cold War. I'm having kind of a brain fart right now trying to remember Vanguard. I don't remember too much about that game. I can't remember if it had a map vote. So I'm going to say only Cold War had a map vote. until Modern Warfare Deuce and a Half since Modern Warfare 2019. This is another feature that the community has been asking for that they took away for no reason whatsoever. I'm wondering why now? And why Sledgehammer Games is the dev that's going to speak on it. You would think that a studio like Treyarch, or possibly even Infinity Ward, because Infinity Ward has been here for so long, you would think that those studios would get the go-ahead to finally speak on this boogeyman that we've been complaining about for years and years. The major complaint with Call of Duty is something that they will not speak about, but finally they're going to now. Why now? And why Sledgehammer Games? The only conclusion I can come to at this juncture of all junctures is we're starting to see a tiny little bit of influence there from Activision leaving and Microsoft taking over. Maybe it doesn't mean as much to Microsoft as it does to Activision. Activision wanted to keep everything super greedy, right? As greasy as they possibly could to make sure their little Timmies and their noobs and the dudes with no thumbs and all that shit stay on the game as long as possible. Engagement optimized matchmaking, so there's a better chance that they buy overpriced, expensive as fuck, cringy ass bundles. That was Activision's deal. Now, does Microsoft want the community to buy these bundles too? Of course they do, while they're still in the game. Like I've said in videos before, it's going to be a while before we see any real change under Microsoft. The games that they're making right now, it's still under Activision though. Black Ops Gulf War, or whatever's going to be Black Ops 6, most of that game was made under Activision. Whatever Infinity Ward's been working on for the last year, that started under Activision. So it's going to be a while before we see any major changes in Call of Duty, if any at all, from Microsoft taking over. But I think we're starting to see that influence now. Activision's heading out the door. Microsoft is taking over. All of a sudden now they're talking about bringing back keeping lobbies together, a feature they removed in Modern Warfare 2019. The whole community complained about it. Even the shitters, I think, complained about this. Man, everybody wants to keep lobbies together, bro. You find a lobby you like the way people are playing in there, you find some chill people to talk to, you make some friendships, you build some rivalries at the same time too. Everybody wants to keep lobbies together, man. All of a sudden now, they're talking about bringing it back. They're going to be experimenting with it in a certain playlist, possibly releasing it to the whole public. All of a sudden now, they're going to talk about skill-based matchmaking or whatever. They're going to talk about the matchmaking with Call of Duty, something that's completely foreign to these people. They will not speak on it. You got to think it's a little bit of Microsoft influence here. And even though I'm beyond tired of seeing, every time I sign on to YouTube, man, I'm getting recommended a skill-based matchmaking rant video. Skill-based matchmaking is killing Modern Warfare Deuce and a Half video from channels I've never heard of before. Channels with like 10 subscribers and shit. Like, I'm tired of speaking on it in a lot of my videos, man. I'm ready to move on. I want to talk about other shit, but like I said, we're going to continue to speak on it until it's no longer a problem, because it's that much of a problem. This whack as fuck matchmaking they have in regular pubs in Call of Duty. Even though I'm tired of seeing all this shit about skill-based matchmaking, I got to give a shout out to the community. We finally got it to a place where they're going to speak on it, man. Big shout out to everybody who's out here complaining, making some noise on it. Like, we finally got it somewhere, man. This is a win. This is most definitely a win. It's just not the win until we get them to loosen up these lobbies, loosen up this matchmaking, and to finally start prioritizing connection. But it's a starting point. I'll take it for now. There's a tiny little bit, not much. There's a tiny little bit of light just at all the way in the back at the end of the tunnel. There's finally a little bit of light. Let's see what they have to say when they finally address this bullshit. We don't know when they're actually going to talk about it, like Swag said in that clip. I guess they told him this when he was invited to try out Season 1. I guess he was trying out a little bit of meat. So when he was trying out Season 1 content, they invited him to that little event. You know, that's when they told him this shit. We don't know when they're going to talk about it, right? We'll see what they say when they talk about it, and we'll go from there, man. But like I said, there's just, at the end, all the way in the end of that tunnel, a little bit of light. You can just barely see it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you on that next one.